A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this collective reading. And this is a 3-pile reading, and I can already tell this is a super powerful reading. It can, I hope, my dear friends, it can help you all. So I'm showing you all my cards today, and I want you to intuitively think of which one do you want to be on, 1, 2, or 3. So we have 3 piles here. Now I want you to take a deep breath before you actually go ahead and choose one of them. Okay, because every reading, every pile is special, whichever you choose. So don't pressure yourself, relax, take a deep breath, and think of which one do you want. So those are the 2 piles that I've kept aside. This is pile number 1. Pile number 1. And for every pile, I'm like picking past, present, future, or whichever you want to see it as progression. And the first card is Ace of Wands. And we have 2 cards already. The third one is Upside Celebration. Now we have the Knight of Wands, the 10 of Cups, and we have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, now I'm going to keep those other piles away so that we focus only on these cards. You can already look at the energy, okay, but let me explain it to you in more detail. Ace of Wands has this really fresh energy. This pile is giving me the vibes which are coming from money and business, earnings. So I can see that whosoever resonates, some of you have probably put in work and energy into some ideas and you're very motivated. You have been motivated. Either you wanted to start a new career. Here's some strawberries, guys. Enjoy eating fruits in winters. It's good for health. Give yourself a lot of vitamins. And yeah, I also want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, a belated Merry Christmas, and an upcoming Happy New Year. I got this really nice plum cake to enjoy on Christmas. Here it is for you also, 1 bite. It's really tasty. Now, while I'm doing this reading, I can see that you are also wanting to connect more and more with your higher self. So whatever business, whatever work you're thinking about, it's more about you, who you really are, your actual talent, actual skills, actual knowledge, not that you're trying to please anyone. And I'm also being shown that maybe there was a time when you thought that you should wait a bit around it. So the reverse Page of Wands is telling me that whatever you did, whatever you've already done is pretty good. It's not like you have to do more, a lot more. More than anything else, what you need to work on is your inner energy. The reverse Lovers card is showing me that there are times when you are not in sync or you're not in alignment with yourself. And this is a reason why, even if you're putting in energy, work, efforts, but because there's a lot of up and down, it's not going to go into the right direction. So the first thing you need to do is you need to work on your mental energy, your inner peace. If in case your relationship, you are facing some challenges, you're facing some complication, you feel that there is lack of communication, or your partner or whosoever you think in your head, whosoever it is, if you feel that you face some challenges over there, the challenges of your love life, the challenges of your heart chakra space, the challenges, let's say, within other partnerships, family relations also, those are the places where you lack self-love and there's disharmony, and due to which you feel conflicted. And this conflicted energy creates a sort of gap in work as well as finances and other areas, related to your personal growth. If you feel that you're not growing properly, your prosperity level is not that high, which how you want it to be, then this could be a reason. So I would say, I would suggest here that you should work on your overall energy, the inner energy. Like right under it, we have the Ten of Cups, which is very interesting. This card is showing me that if you work on the complications of your relationship, of your inner mind, let's say you are not happy about certain things and you work through it, you release the blocks, you release your limitations, you release the limiting beliefs, it would actually have an impact, an overall impact on how you feel. Because how you feel and what your state of being is most of the times is going to determine how you overcome your financial challenges or your career challenges or any other challenge. If it's not just financial, let's say anything else, even let's say it's only relationship challenge you feel. So the Ten of Cups is called the happy family card, but it's also talking about harmony. So how I see this is as a beautiful sign by universe, by source. You just need to turn around the energy of conflict and disharmony within into harmony and blissful energy within, and it will show you big change. And then you see one more thing which is worth noticing is that while you are doing all this inner work, there could be people around you who are not happy. They're not happy with your progress or they're not happy with their progress. And they could be, why this whole negative energy comes back is because you could be focused on their backstabbing or their just bad behavior towards you, the narcissism, the dishonesty, or the betrayal. So instead of focusing on yourself, you're focusing on them and whatever they do to you, whatever they put you through. Okay, and this is leading to sort of anger and pain within you. And also, when we look at the initial cards, like what is stopping your growth and progress, what is stopping your finances to flow, is because you're focused on the lacks and limitations and not on the good stuff. In a way, it's good because when you put energy and you're looking for some kind of change and long-term reward, and you are not someone who's looking for fast money or shortcut money, or maybe because of all of this you have realized the value of your hard work, the value of who you are, the value of what you're putting in. So this whole pile, and this is second pile that I'm going to work on, but I'm going to take out one more card so that we can just materialize this more. So basically, in simple word, I would say that we have the reverse Two of Swords. What is this trying to tell you is this whole pile is about clearing the mental fogginess. It's clearing the negative energy. This whole process is about starting with what you really want to do and really want to be. Your reality, whether it comes to work, whether it comes to relationships. The failures, the deceit, the betrayal, the negativity is trying to show you the truth of how you can shift. What is the reality? Why are you creating all of this? Why is your reality showing you all of this? Why is the mirror reflecting you the image that you don't like, the stuff that you don't like, the stuff that keeps you stuck, the stuff that scares you? Because then you can make proper decisions. This is going to show you, you'll be able to expose the lies, you'll be able to expose the real illusion. The real illusion, my dear friends, is not what you see. Because you see, this lady is blindfolded, she has those swords, and sometimes confusion and delay and anxiety can lead to success and progress and prosperity. So this is what this whole pile is all about. Now we move to pile number 2. And let's see what are the cards that we have in this pile. If you have picked this one, then we're starting with the surrender card. Wow. And we have 10 of Cups. So your energy is very good. We have the reversed devil over here. That's nice. And we have the Queen of Cups. Maybe you worked through addictions in the past and you're learning surrender. And we have the Moon. Wow. moon, and let's see, what do we have? We have the sun. We have the sun and moon. The Sunamoon energy is here as well. But this is a brilliant pile. In my opinion, this is a pile of victory. This pile is of great wisdom, I must say. You felt stuck or trapped in situations, or you felt unsatisfied, but you derived the power to release yourself from those situations and the unsatisfactory feeling. It's not wrong to be trapped in situations. It's not wrong to feel like you're in a jail or you're in a cage. It's not wrong to feel that you're stuck and you're not free, because until and unless you're not going to feel that way, you're never going to be able to figure out a way to get out of it. So overall, it's an experience. This experience was given to you so that you learn to look at situations from a different angle. Maybe via your programming, you were taught to look at things from one point of view only. But universe or God or source energy wanted you to look at it from different perspectives and see the actual illusion is in how we see it, not in what it really is. And what it really is could be many things or anything. So this teaches you, or this taught you, to pause and to surrender and look at new perspectives, which leads you to becoming a person who has the energy of 9 of Cups, where your wishes get fulfilled and the hard time is left behind. New time of happiness and a permanent eternal sort of happiness, which means that, let's say, for 1 year you faced a challenge. It was a major challenge, 1 year, 2 year, whatever, financial challenge, but it really harrowed you. It really bothered you. You felt stuck. You felt trapped. You were like, I'm not growing. I'm not getting anything. But eventually you learned how to get out of it, and that shifted you, that helped you progress in such a way that it gave you a permanent sort of lesson, and it just changed your identity, it changed your personality, it gave you a new shift, and you feel joyful, you feel gratitude, you feel fulfilled, and for many things you are just chilling now. You don't care about how you used to care about it. So 9 of Cups is also called a wish card, but it comes from the practice of regular surrender, to a point that one day the surrender comes to you naturally. And with surrender comes the feeling of contentment, satisfaction, and most importantly, freedom from being stuck. Next, you see the reverse devil. This is a card where I feel whosoever has been battling addiction or a mental sort of illness, or they were engaging in some kind of self-harm behavior, you're able to see the light and take control of your life. So, tarot is very interesting. That's why some of the cards, when they come as reversed, they're really positive. If the same card would have come upright or straight as how it is, the devil, then it talks about being stuck in addictions. But here, you've done the opposite. You've become victorious. You've become free. So you see, the first card is teaching you that. Then you have freedom. Then you have further more freedom. You're reclaiming your powers. You are becoming you again, and maybe more of you. And you're understanding life better. And then this is so important to understand, that maybe you're restricting yourself from certain experiences. Let's say, what's coming to my mind, because this is also about sexuality, that you always felt that doing something is a sin. Maybe some religious thought was given to you, or your parents felt like that. They used to go to a religious institution and they were taught to be like that, and then they passed it on to you. However, what God wanted you is to see that experience just as an experience, not as a negative, positive experience. And you reclaim it, you see it in a different way now. And maybe before that, before you were actually able to understand it fully, you were seeing it as something really bad. And that way you were punishing yourself, and you were stopping from exploring it fully. That could be the thing. Now this addiction story, I find it interesting, because abstinence is not really quitting addiction patterns. Abstinence is sometimes, in fact, doing the opposite to people, because they try to abstain from things, they give it labels, they give it names, and then they suffer. Let's say you want to eat something, you know that, okay, you can have a certain lifestyle, but you still feel like your body needs it, or whatever, the atmosphere you live in needs it. Then it's a medicine for you, that particular food habit. Because we have reversed addiction here, or reverse devil here, I would like to add, for anyone who's interested in this subject, that when you have any addiction, it means you cannot live without it. You cannot survive without it. You're extremely dependent on it for basic things like being happy or enjoying yourself. You say, if I don't have a drink or two, or if I don't do this or do that, I cannot move ahead in my day or days. But even abstinence can be very difficult. Let's say you need something as per your weather, environment, or your body, but you don't give it to yourself. You live in really cold regions. I met some people from Russia, and they were telling me that they don't have any sun over there, or very little sun where they places they live in, and they need to drink something like brandy or rum. It keeps them warm. They are not drinking all the time because they want to drink. In fact, drinking beer for them is a bit tricky because it's a bit colder drink. So if they take, it's really cold, they have to go out in the snow, and if they take 1 or 2 shots, or let's say brandy or some warm kind of alcohol, then it cannot be seen as a bad thing. Then it's a medicine, or it's probably something that's good in that environment. I saw one movie about a mathematician who had gone to the Western country, and he was living in this really cold place, and he was a vegetarian. He was from India, from the East, and they just could not eat meat over there back then. So many people told him that you must eat meat to survive, or drink something to survive, but he didn't. And he caught pneumonia, and he died at a very young age. A very brilliant mathematician died because he was not able to change his belief as per the requirement. I'm not saying you should all become non-vegetarians, but you can take something that is closer to you. Like if you can't eat chicken or mutton, you can probably have fish in such places. You can, if you don't want to drink alcohol, then you can have a shot of or 2 spoonfuls of brandy, or take it as a medicine. Not that it is going to break your faith or belief. Not that you are going to depend on it. So abstinence can also be a problem. Abstinence itself can be an addiction. So someone was the other day asking me that I feel like eating eggs. I was like, go for it if you want to eat it. If you think your body needs it, you don't have to torture yourself that I cannot eat eggs and it's bad because I'm eating eggs. Now, if you go to the villages, in villages they know which egg is coming from ovulation and which egg is coming from mating, because some people are not eating eggs because they feel that it has life in it, and when you know that there is no life in it, then it becomes less of a problem for some people. So people are very careful. And I remember once I had gone to my auntie's house, and they had this hen who used to lay an egg every day, and she would break the egg on her own because it was not an egg that had life. So the hen thought that it's a waste of her time to sit on it and keep it warm. The hen is that intelligent. So what they would do is, before she would break the egg, they would take it out from the nest and use it for food. This and many examples are there, So I personally feel that we should do what's important. Like in India, if you wear suits and saris, it can be really cold. In winters, or you go out to a cold place and you start wearing suits and saris, it would be cold. So my master would say that, act like a Roman when you're in Rome. So there's one of the ladies, she used to wear a lot of traditional clothes or Indian clothes, but when she was moving to the West for a job, my master actually took that student for shopping and got some clothes that, look, you can wear jeans, or you can wear these kind of clothes. It is warmer and it is far more comfortable. It will keep you good. Like you wear overcoats, or you wear something which is, as per the area and location and situation. You don't have to force yourself to be a certain way, especially if it's making you uncomfortable. We were also taught, when we would go for sadhana, which is deep meditation, we were not given any food after, let's say, lunchtime, and lunchtime would happen at 11 or 12, and there's no other job you're doing. You're not doing anything else. You're just meditating. So you get your breakfast at 6:30 in the morning, then you get your lunch at 11, and after that we were just given lemon water in the evening, or very light tea if someone wanted. Nothing along with it, especially if you're an old student or somebody who's been into deep meditation and doing nothing else. But if I would go as a volunteer to the same place, they would tell me, you need meals, because you're going to be running around everywhere, even though you're going to be meditating, but your focus is to serve other people. So you need all your meals. You want to sit still for the whole day. starting from 4:30 in the morning to 10 o'clock in the morning, and you eat a lot of food, you cannot meditate, you cannot sit, because the food is not going to allow you to sit. So you see, even in a meditation center, even when you're doing this kind of work, you're given sattvic food, but that also is been given in a way that it manages your requirement, your body requirement. Very good monks know this. So they don't teach you total abstinence. Buddha also said initially he used to be on total abstinence, but later on he said don't do it. Doing that can be harmful for your health or your body or your mind. It could be also possible that while watching this reading, you could be struggling with some kind of guilt, or you could be struggling with reclaiming your power. And maybe a mental thought pattern is holding you back from understanding that whatever steps you're taking is fine for you right now. Okay? Looking at the job you're doing, looking at the work you're doing, there's no judgment. But if you're doing something, then you need to be conscious and aware about it. So that's why these words are literally flowing. And you see, you have the Queen of Cups right after that, which means you are more in control of your emotions, you're caring, and you're also emotionally stable while being intuitive. Because you have to have that emotional factor. Sometimes we feel that being oversensitive or being emotional is a bad thing, because people become hypersensitive. The only thing is, the reason why they've become like that is because they were not taught to understand their own emotions. Why you are intuitive? You are an intuitive person because you're good with details. But when you block yourself, you get distracted, and you're more focused on the negative feelings most of the times, and you're reacting to the negative feelings, you would not be able to see your gift for what it is. Maybe you have clairvoyance, maybe you have clairaudience, maybe you are really good in reading people's energy. But if you're just focused on one aspect of it, you're going to always pick up the bad stuff, and it's going to drain you. And this happens with a lot of healers, readers. Some readers and some healers I've seen, they never listen to you when you have negative stuff to say, because they're actually protecting themselves. They'll totally ignore you, or their body language is such, or their behavior is such that you will actually feel like you're talking to a wall when you're sharing something negative with them, because they've trained their mind enough, or trained themselves enough to block it out completely, because they feel that it drains them and there's no point getting drained. And they also are so intuitive that they know that after 2 months or 1 month or 15 days, you're going to find victory over it. So they're also trying to ignore you when you're speaking all the time negative stuff. They're trying to remind you or tell you that you don't need to focus on this, because this is not going to serve you. This is going to distract you, and this is going to take you far from whatever needs importance. And then please come back to whatever is needed, because this is all bullshit and nonsense. Don't give it power, is what they're trying to do and say. They can come across as people who don't give a rat's ass sometimes, but actually they do. They want you to shift your focus from all the bad stuff. They want you to release the bad stuff and don't give it any power or energy, and continue to live your life and enjoy your life. So this way, reversing the devil card energetically gives you more power to your intuition, is what this means. Because you're so focused, when you're focused on the codependencies, on the addictions and the reactivity and this and that, you can never fully understand the gift you have, your ability. You need to literally close these two eyes that see the world, because they're going to make you see in only one specific way, which is the negative way. This is what programming does to you. Programming teaches you to mostly be negative. They are not telling you to be in balance. Next, you see the moon. Now you see the moon card. This is one thing that I always tell people, that if you just fix the sun and the moon, you don't need to worry about the other planetary positions in your horoscope. Focus on your sun and moon, which means focus on your intuition and logic. Focus in the right way. So let's say something about a person or a situation is not what it appears to be. I mean, you can see it in a certain way. Let's say you look at a person and you feel that this is a good person, the person loves you a lot. Let's say your specific person, you're in a relationship or you're married to someone and you love this person, you really like this person, you see them in a different way. But at this point in time, their behavior, or let's say intuitively you know that this person is going to change and this person is going to treat you really well. But currently,
they're treating you horribly, you feel so. Or maybe it could be because your programming is such, your own perspective is such, your own reaction is such, you can't see this person in a positive light. You need to trust your instinct, you need to trust your intuition to see past as whatever it does not seem to be. Now, this card can sometimes be seen as a negative card. A lot of people do see it as a negative card. They feel that there's a lot of fear, anxiety attached to it. But it's not the same in this context, looking at all the other cards surrounding it, and especially the next card, which is the sun card right after the moon, is telling me that things are going to be positive. I mean, whatever you can see, in this case, you can see the positive stuff, which is more close to you knowing about certain things, which may not be as per the 3D reality, as per the 3D world. It could be all wrong and nonsensical and stupid and not going to give you any profit kind of thing. It's going to put you in trouble, but you don't see it like that. You're flowing with the water. So it could be negative as per the world, but it could be positive. Like, you can see it's going to turn into positive stuff, which is what it's going to be. Eventually, you will have more positivity in this situation. You'll see the fun side of it. You'll feel warm about it. You will have success, energy, vitality. And whatever problem you feel or you're facing right now, that problem is going to melt away with time. So from that perspective, yes, this particular pile, as I said in the very beginning, is all about going through problems, situations, difficulties, complications, but turning it into something that suits you, your growth, prosperity, success, and most importantly, learning the right lessons, very interesting lessons, brilliant lessons on life, and then overcoming them, and then looking back and saying that, okay, it looked so tough back then, but now it's absolutely fine. So maybe period of hardship. Let's say 2025 was a tough year for you, very, very tough. I was told by somebody the other day, which resonated with the collective actually, with all the people I've worked with, that they had very bad situations to deal with, but they overcame it, and now they're grateful to God that those situations were given to them to deal with. So be it difficulty in surrendering, or difficulty with addictions, and then difficulty with the negative stuff that you were focused on, the illusions, the fears, and learning about the reality behind it. This is going to be the end of pile 2 over there. I close it. I'm going to give this pile a good nice shuffle and take out the cards that are meant for this pile. We have 5 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, we have 3 of Wands, Knight of Swords, the Magician, and 6 of Wands. Now, we'll see this in a progression, and you can also look at it like with messages, whichever card speaks most to you. The 5 of Swords is telling me that a certain kind of victory in your life, or maybe something good you wanted, a dream you wanted to get fulfilled, or maybe a job that you wanted to manifest. It turned out that whatever victory it was, like whatever you call success or victory, made your life more difficult. It gave you more challenges. So you actually thought that this is going to be good for you, this is going to be easy for you. It could also be a relationship, in my opinion, a marriage, a relationship. Like you were trying to manifest it, and when you didn't have it, you were extremely focused on it that you are going to get it somehow. Or maybe you were not very sure about it, but whatever you did, you don't know what you did, but when you achieved it, you feel now that to maintain it or to sustain it, you have to go through a lot. And I feel that in some cases, you could also call it evil eye. You could call it some people not wanting you to have faith in yourself, or have faith in the things you could do earlier very easily. Interestingly, this is telling you, or you've realized, that it's more important to enjoy and be happy and have peace in your life more than the things, because you can get those things. It's not wrong what you did. It's not wrong what you manifested. It's just that your own experience is telling you that what you now want to manifest is not the materialistic stuff, but inner peace, inner victory, and maybe what you did, the decisions you took, the steps you took was not for you. Maybe you were doing it for your mother or for your father or for somebody else or for the society, societal validation. You feel that it was coming from some kind of competitiveness, and maybe you were not even sure about it. Like, I can pick on to a job, I can pick on to a relationship, I can pick on to maybe you bought something which for which you had to take a loan, something that costed you. And even now, when some other people look at it, they might be saying like, wow, but you realize some people will never get satisfied. Now, the positive thing, how you convert it into harmony and healing, is you use it for your learning and wisdom. Because sometimes it's not really that you're manifesting things, but it was really destined, and it looks like you manifested it, or it looks like you achieved it somehow, but it was in your destiny to go through that experience. And this is what you've realized. You feel like the negative energy of conflict, of competitiveness, or of thinking that you did something was leading to your suffering or your misery. But when you let it go, when you surrender to universe or to source, you feel like this is a very positive thing, whatever happened to you, because finally all of this experience is going to lead you to feeling accomplished. And it will also bring in more harmony. So people who lose faith in you, I can give you one more example. Let's say you have a very good career, okay? You make money, or you buy a car, or you buy stuff, but whatever you do is not because you wanted to do it, is because you felt that doing this is going to make people in your life happy. And then one fine day you realize that it's no longer making you happy. And then this led you to find inner peace and joy, and maybe you go back to doing the same thing that you were good at, but now you're not doing it as a doer, but you're doing it as an observer. You're playing with it, you're having fun with it, you're not getting scared by the challenges or the suffering that things bring. Now you're more like, I want to do it tension free, I don't want to take any worries, and then do it. For people who resonate with pile number 3, I'm being shown that you are becoming more aware about the available opportunities, and everything that's happening in your life is actually to build your potential and build your confidence and make you do really big work. You're not here to not make big business. You're here to actually do good stuff. Like, some people do ascension work and inner work by renouncing things, and some people like you actually do inner work by doing the opposite of it, which means make more money, raise a family, get into a committed relationship. It's not for you, the path is not renouncing. The path for you is not abstaining from things. The path for you is going more deeply into things. And this is the reason why you've gone through up and down in your life. You've sort of experienced the runner-chaser dynamic to learn surrender more and more. And when you surrender more and more, you become more open to get good opportunities in life. And with whatever you build, be it business, be it money, be it recognition, you're the kind of person who helps everyone. You're the kind of person people come up to for advice. You're the kind of person who creates opportunities for other people too, by first recognizing the opportunity and your role in it. Like, if you can become the CEO of a company, you basically bring in jobs for 500 people or 200 people or whatever number of people. So in that way you are contributing. Looking at the surrounding card, I can say that you've been waiting for a big change in your life, or for a specific situation you really want things to change. This card is an indicator of that. Now, before that thing happens, universe wants you to be ready for it. You should be so ready that you should be able to seize the moment. And the very beginning, 5 of Swords, from that to 10 of Pentacles, all of this is leading to stability and long-term commitment or a long-term goal achievement. It's not for short time. It's not temporary. Whatever you learn from all of this. And this card is about ambitions. It's also about being action oriented. It's also about changing your thinking, not staying stuck in the old patterns and old programming. Next progression is, after understanding so much, you must use different, as you can see, elements over here. Magician talks about the power of manifestation, the power of resourcefulness. I think that whosoever this person is, if you resonate with it, then God wants you to do well. Maybe you felt that things have gotten delayed in your life, that things didn't happen in the timing that you wanted them to happen. And now, when they're happening, you could be seeing some kind of challenges. There is a reason behind it, because some people are not here to create more karma for themselves. Some people are here to release the karma, and then by the time they learn to do stuff, God wants them to not think or be a doer. God wants them to just chill, just enjoy their life and give all credit to the Supreme. Be a good medium, be a good bridge, be someone who doesn't take credit for anything, someone who knows that there is destiny as well. And life is a temporary thing, it's not permanent. There is a reality, not a reality, I would say a truth, that everybody who comes to planet Earth has to leave one day. So when you leave from here, you should be someone who's a good person, who knows a lot of stuff. Let's say you know how to make money, you know how to get into stable relationships, and then just by being yourself, you inspire other people. And you inspire people to do what? Basically, you inspire them to love your own life, like their own life. So you love your life in such a way that they're gonna love their life as well. You know how they say walk the talk. You are here to show people that they don't also have to be like you. They can enjoy themselves in whatever God has given to them. So you have the skills, you have the abilities, but in order to make you truly successful, not just materialistically successful, but also intellectually successful and have the willpower to make things happen, God is giving you all the elements, air, water, earth and fire, as per this card, and make the best use of it. You don't need the manipulation, you don't need greed, you don't need anything. And it could also mean one more thing, guys. One more thing is popping up. There are lots and lots of people you see them in the 3D reality and they are doing pretty well. There has been a time in your life when you were more interested in the 5D, knowledge seeking, telepathy, intuition, downloads, channeling, and just finding out about the subtler realities of life, or higher, as they say. But then with time you've realized that no, you're not here for just that. You're here to understand both 3D and 5D, maneuver in 3D using your 5D tools. And for this, you need to learn from people who also are good in 3D. These elements are also connected to your 5 senses. It's really important to thank God or surrender to God and thank God via the 5 senses. Your sight, hearing, feeling, touching. These 5 elements, which is earth, Prithvi, water, Jal, fire, Agni, air, Vayu, and space or ether, spirit, Akash, so many names. So these 5 elements are given to us so that we connect better with earth. We know earth. We need to know the 3D really well. So the magician's energy is been given to you so that now you can finally strike a chord or a balance between 5D and 3D. And then your next card I'm being shown is 6 of Wands. Now, there's a time when you were doing stuff privately. I mean, this happens to a lot of good healers also. It happens to a lot of achievers and creators. They are meant to do things in private first, and they're meant to be humble. I mean, not everyone goes through this, but those who don't learn to be humble, usually they lose whatever they earn and then they have to go through a whole process of retrieving it back again. It's not even a punishment. It's more like you have to learn the lesson fully and more eternally. Because if you don't do that, then you'll not be stable at whatever skill set you possess. So there are times, when you go to a forest and you see beautiful flowers are blooming. Now, in the forest, the flower is blooming for the animals, for the birds, for the trees. It has a different audience. The same flower blooms in pots or in a nursery or in your own house. But when a flower blooms, you see the beauty of it, you see the fragrance of it. Nothing or nobody can actually stop it from being visible to the world. Same is happening with you. Your success, your progress, your self confidence, everything is happening with public acknowledgement over here. For people who are resonating with pile 3, I think you could be doing something in the public eye, or you could be serving people publicly as well. As much as you're doing it privately, you could be doing it publicly as well, but people can see it. People see your confidence. People see that you really walk the talk. You really are a real deal, which is so good. So, yes, it's not just that you're celebrating a success, you're showing it off. It's naturally happening to you. Strong heart chakra, fire element is strong over here, and you get a good team of people as well, or maybe you meet people who are like-minded and who are supportive and positive. So this is where I'm going to close this reading. Thank you so much for being here with me for personal readings and personal therapy sessions that can boost your life and take it to a better direction, because we are all here aiming to be successful both in 5D as well as 3D. You can get my book In the Name of Love on Kindle. It's the latest edited version. The one you get in paperback is not yet latest. So I always tell people, whosoever watches my channel, that please get the Kindle copy only. And the good news is that now it is in a price that you can literally afford. Everybody can afford it now. And I actually want it to reach more and more people now. The time is right. And I'm also ready to answer your questions related to the book. There was a time when I was not. I didn't want, it to be that public, but you guys can now get it at a really, really good price. So yes, see you in the next one. One love, peace out, and victory to Ram.